My name's Roy Devons, and these are my matching pair of Viper Green Porsche 911 GT3RSs. As far back as I can remember, I've always been hugely into cars. I grew up in an industrial town, and in all fairness, where I lived, seldom would you ever see any form of supercar. However, in a public car park in the town centre, there used to be a guy that had a 911. It was 911 Turbo Guards Red, probably early 80s, 82, something like that. And if I was ever passing that car park, I just couldn't help but go and have a look at it. So I guess that's where the Porsche Infiniti sort of come from. And for me, it's all about the 911, its history, just the constant development, the fact that Porsche just always push the boundaries and they always succeed. I think I was first attracted to the Porsche RS cars in particular around 2003, 2004 when I read a review on a 996 RS and was just absolutely blown away. You know, this thing just looked mental. It didn't look like it belonged on the streets. It should be on a racetrack. The thing was just absolutely mental. Just for me personally, you know, wanting to drive a car hard and take it on track days and take it on tours. These things, they're just so well-rounded, they're capable and surprisingly comfortable, in all fairness. So what more could you want out of a car? People often ask me which car came first, and believe it or not, it was actually the newer car, the 991, that came first. I seen the car advertised online. It was a flipped car, basically. 2016. The RSs had just started really sort of appearing in the marketplace. This one just had a huge spec, painter sample, Viper Green, my favourite colour. At the time I was driving an Adgate Grey GT3, mega spec car, but probably sort of a bit stealth-like, whereas this bright green car, I was just like, I've got to have it. The 991 RS is the rarer car of the two. From what I'm told, 16 UK cars, there's believed to be 6. I think I've met 4 of the 6, which were all sort of fellow SCD members. We actually did get 3 of them together once during an SCD meeting. Had a little photo shoot, which was pretty cool, in all fairness. It's surprisingly easy, it's comfortable, the steering's light, great visibility, decent tech. It's a pretty good place to be. Cruising around, your granny could drive it, in all fairness, but press a few buttons, plant it, and PDK box it's sensational. The downshifts are unbelievable. Handles like you wouldn't believe. You'd have to be going some for it to let go, honestly. Pound for pound, could you name a better sort of road and track car for that money? It was a full-on game changer, and it's got to go down in history of one of the greats. I originally wanted a 997.2 RS. I don't know why, but I ended up buying a 991 GT3. And as great as a car as it was truly sensational. I regretted not buying an RS product, hence the switch to the 991 RS. Then, having driven that car and realising how much I love the car, I wanted to taste of a manual, older, less engineered model. And loving the looks of the 997. It's my favourite 911 in terms of design. I just think it's the perfect blend of ingredients. It's not too big, it's not too small, it's got enough tech, it's got enough driver aids. I think it's a car that's going to age really, really well. So I decided to look for a 997. Finding the right car, it was difficult. It took me nearly 3 years. I'm led to believe there's 9 C16 UK 997 cars in Viper Green. So they're both rare cars, they both got great specs, and they're both well maintained. So I purchased the 997 GT3RS in January 2019, and the car was sourced from Tom Hartley Jr. In all fairness, Adam, the main man from Supercar Driver, he actually spotted it on a Insta post, I think. From memory, Tom Hartley Jr., he'd taken 4 or 5 like really nice rare Porsches in one transaction. Adam had seen this, messaged me, I messaged Tom, business was done subject to a viewing, and the car was everything and more. And the service from Tom Hartley Jr. was incredible, just couldn't recommend them enough. It's raw, it just feels epic, feels uncivilized versus the 991. The seat's not as comfy, but otherwise it's perfect. I can't find any fault with this car other than the sound. So we all know what the solution to that is. Get a Sharkworks fitted. So many people have said to me, why have you got 2 of the same cars? Both the same colour, both Porsche 911s. Well, they're different. Okay, they share the same DNA. They're both Viper Green, they're both Porsche 911s, they're both GT3RSs. Both cars are awesome in their own right, and used for different purposes. They make the perfect pairing. The 991 PDK gearbox does a better dual clutch gearbox exist. It's explosive. Yet the 997, the manual, the heavy clutch, but once you're moving, the gearbox and the clutch, just an absolute joy to work with, and it's just so rewarding when you get it right. The steering, again, the 997, it feels heavy. I like that, it suits my driving. Engines, how can you fault either? The history of the Metzger engine, the idle chatter of the flywheel. The 991 though, well, it just delivers its power so well. The rev range is unreal. Both incredible cars, both incredible engineering, and I guess that's what Porsche do best. I use my cars for pleasure. The 991 is such a great car. However, unless you take it to the track, if you own one, sell it, because that's where it comes alive. What it lacks on the straight, it makes up for in the bends. And let's face it, who prefers the straights over the bends? The 997 for me, it's much more suited to fast road driving. Being close to North Wales and the glorious twisty roads, this car's just right at home. It's quick, but it's usable. It's got amazing steering, unbelievable brakes, get the shift right, and just nothing beats it. The cars have brought lots of quality friendships, in all fairness. Owning these cars has become, well, I guess it's become a way of life. Why would you want to play golf on a Sunday morning when you could go out for a drive? You can't ask me that. Pass. Yes, no, I don't know. I change my mind monthly, weekly. Some days I change it hourly. What would I swap my 997 for? I'd swap it for a 997 4-litre UK car, preferably black. Yes, please. I could see myself with one of them. The way I'm feeling right now, the 991 could easily go for a Speciale. However, who knows? I was about a 992 Viper Green GT3RS, and we can change these twins into triplets. I joined Supercar Driver in 2016. The club's amazing. The events I've attended, they're just memories for life. And that's not just me, that's the wife and the 3 children, because I do my best to include my family, and they're always made extremely welcome. Standout memories, driving to Geneva with my pal, switching co-pilots to my wife for the Tour de Alps. I just can't explain how good this tour was. Just everything. The people, the hotels, the roads were just unbelievable. The weather, the food, the cars. Oh my lord, I'd go back there in a heartbeat. Honestly, there's so many. It's just a brilliant club.